Namaste. Welcome, welcome. How are you this day? I hope that you're well. I'm happy that you are with me. I have a very interesting class to share with you with so much that I hope that I can get it all in with the full knowledge that I won't be able to, because so much about breathing has been written, just books upon books. But what I will share with you today, those of you that are just joining me, Lilias Folan is my name. Hatha Yoga is why you are here. And Hatha Yoga is learning about the physical body and also about breath and breathing. The breath, breathing, something that we take so for granted, don't we? Until we stop breathing. And then all of a sudden, what is our next thought? It's, I have to breathe. It's a fascinating subject. Something that I find very interesting, and I know that you know, is that you can live without, obviously, you can live without food and drink for many days, but we really don't survive consciously without breath for after 2 minutes, and then we are unconscious. And yet the body will continue to breathe. Throw us in a swimming pool, unconscious, sink down. You don't have to think to breathe, do you? That breathing process that happens consciously and unconsciously is also very attuned to our thoughts and to our emotions. And so tuning into our breath can be a tool for change. And that is going to be very much our theme for this day. Breathing, we think about it happens in the front of the nostrils and the tip of the nostrils, but it happens way in the back in that cave of the throat. So just start by opening the back of your throat, and that yawning reflex will probably start, but create the feeling way back there that the breath hits the area and there's a great deal of space. All right, so just open the area way back as you want to yawn and feel the air as it's way back in the cave of the throat. Good. Now close over that wideness and that width. Close over it, still keeping the space back there by resting the tongue on the roof of the mouth and then the lips lightly closed. Breathing in, and just breathe in normally. So we get away from the tip of the nose. Breathe in and feel the air as it hits way in the back of the throat. Breathing in, feel its coolness and feel its warmth as we exhale out. That's right. That's the beginning of awareness about our breathing. Ancient teachers from the past knew that the breath was very, very valuable, and they would have intricate breathing patterns and techniques that would help them to achieve different states of consciousness. And today, here, right now, the psychologist of today, the yoga teacher of today knows that by changing our breathing patterns, by lengthening the breath, we can have some real positive tools, positive change happen in a very stressful lifestyle. Gosh, all I have to do is open the newspaper or turn on the evening news, and there is stress. I can't do anything really about a lot of what's going on in the world, but I can do a great deal about my own stress and my own inner turmoil. What the psychologists of today have labeled is something that's very primal within us. It's that flight breath. It's that primal happening when the car in front of you stops suddenly and you open your eyes very wide and you go, and that immediately ticks off the adrenal system. The adrenaline shoots through our body and is, from times past, that was to help us to perhaps shoot the mammoth tiger. But here we are right now, and we want to perhaps act on the situation, but then we want to calm down and to flow. So by lengthening the breath and becoming realized that if in that stressful breath, that stressful, shallow, irregular breathing, it ticks off the adrenal system. It keeps us on burn, and no wonder that we burn out. Let me just read you a list that I wrote of how lengthening my own breath has helped me in my life. And maybe it might inspire you to think more about it, not only today, but this entire week. You can, by slowing down your breath, overcome anger and fear. You can put yourself to sleep. You can lower high blood pressure. You can alleviate pain. You can give yourself courage. You can calm the nervousness of people near you. Very important. You can help yourself stop smoking. You can clear your mind and help your concentration. You can calm your nervousness. You can increase your vitality, your energy, and your pleasure, all by lengthening the breath. So how do we start by lengthening the breath? Let me introduce you to a breath called Brummery hum. It's simply on your exhalation, you hum. You do not have to be an opera singer. It is just simply going like this. As you exhale, there is a hum, and that hum is something to push against and will help you to lengthen your breath. Let's try this together. I'm going to do just a simple breath. I'm going to breathe in, sit comfortably and sit tall. Notice I just put my leg out. I'm sitting very comfortably, very tall. You do the same. Follow along, even if it's your first time. Make the great balloon in the back of your throat. Exhale out, 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 all the way down to the bottom of the breath. Good, good, good. Inhaling comfortably, any way that you wish, just comfortably. You don't have to take a breath. It will just flow in. Pause. And now exhale, and exhale out with a hum. Notice how much longer the breath will flow out if you exhale out. It's probably still happening. Part of the problem with some of us is we really don't exhale out enough. We don't exhale out the stale air, smoke, etc. that's at the bottom of the lungs. So we'll do the two, combine the two together, and we'll combine something else with it. So sitting tall, we're going to exhale and come forward and really exhale the air. All right, I'll guide you. Breathe in. We've done this before. And exhale out with a ha and fold forward, 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 forward. Out, out, out. Keep breathing out, out. Don't breathe in. And now inhale, and let's do a sniffing breath up. Sniffing, sniff, 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 sniff. And a good exhalation out with a ha. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And really squeeze the abdomen in. Squeeze the belly in. Squeezing stale air, smoke out. And then sit up comfortably, good, up, up, up. Any dizziness, just stop. Usually it's the brain sort of saying, oh, I haven't had this much to breathe in a while, and exhale out. Fine. One time again now, breathing in. Breathe in smoothly and nostrils open wide, back of the throat. The pause, light pause at the top. Then hum out. Yes, you may feel a little silly at first, but you are learning to slow your breath down, out. Good. Pause. And just breathe normally, breathe evenly. And then exhale out. Good sigh out this time. Ah, out and out and out. We're doing some exercises now to prepare yourself for some breathing that we're going to do later on. Let's move the rib cage from side to side. Put one hand to the floor, and you're going to inhale and lift the other arm up, breathing in. Exhale, and let's stretch to I'm stretching to my right as my exhale. This also opens the ribs, inhaling, lifting up, breathing in. Now lower the arm and brummery hum out. And have the hum stop by the time your hand touches the floor. Good. Fine, let's go to the opposite side. Inhale, lift the other arm up. Breathe it in as you breathe in. Exhaling and stretch to the left, opening now the ribs to the right. The ribs are like a cup. Breathe shallowly as I'm holding. The ribs are a great vessel that need to be prepared to hold breath so they don't atrophy. We need to use the muscles. Now let's take a breath in, sit up, sit tall, breathe in. Exhale out with a hum. I just swallow. Good. Out, out, and out. Fine. Lie down now, and we're going to start some breathing. That first, as you lay down, I also have my chair here too, because I hope we're going to have a chance to use the chair in a posture. Draw the knee into your chest for a moment, breathing in, and on the exhalation, press the thigh into your chest. This just stretches the back out because we're going to be lying in the back for a moment, and side to side. We don't want to start breathing exercises until some of the stressfulness is out of the bones and out of your muscles. Side to side, side to side. Now this time, I'd like you to hold your breath. If you have high blood pressure and you know you should not hold your breath, please don't, all right? Pull shoulders back and down, breathe in. Now, holding the breath, lift the nose to the knee, hold. Shoulders back and down, toes pull back towards your knees. Exhaling, and then head to your mat. Place now your feet to the floor. Placing the feet to the floor, knees together, and close your eyes and just tune in now to your rib cage and to the belly area, just tuning in so that you bring your inner sight, your inner awareness right to the belly area and right to your rib cage. Eyes closed. Your knees are bent if you would like them to be, have them touching and comfortable. And just bring your inner sight now down to your navel area and become aware of the breath as it rises and falls. As the abdomen rises, that will be on your inhalation, and it falls on your exhalation. On your next exhalation, I would like you to slightly pull your belly muscle in slightly. Good. And now, as you wish to breathe, let the belly muscle soften and push it up just lightly into your hand. It's a melting feeling, a soft feeling, and not a distended abdomen. Continue to breathe in this way. The rise, the fall. Isolating the lower part of the breath from the upper part of the breath. It's effortless, is at your rhythm and not at mine. Good. Now, place your two fists on either side of your rib cage. And if you'd like to watch here for a moment, I have my left fist into my left rib cage and my right fist into the side of my right rib cage. Now bring your nose, chin, and breastbone back into that home position, close eyes, and bring your eyesight right into your fist and when your hands touch the ribs. On your next exhalation, I'd like you to gently press the fist into your ribs and resist gently with the ribs. As your fist presses in, you will exhale naturally. When you get to the basement of the breath, there's a pause. Now release the pressure and place the attention more on the ribs and push the ribs against your fist. The breath will flow in as you're pushing gently with the ribs, pushing away, pushing away. And then on the exhalation, the fist, the fist presses into the ribs, and the ribs push against the fist. This is at your rhythm, feeling the gentle line of scrimmage where the hand and the skin and ribs touch. And last time, as you press the fist gently into your ribs, resist ribs, there'll be an exhalation. And then as you push the ribs out and expand the ribs even more, expand the muscles between the ribs, as these wings of ribs expand, 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 and then pause. Place the hands alongside of your body and just pause and breathe normally. Continue watching yourself breathing. And perhaps you can feel where your fists were on the side of your rib cage. And now let's combine the lower abdomen with the mid-rib and our breathing. As we exhale out, feeling the abdomen, the navel, as the area slightly contracts, and then let it soften. As you inhale, then feel the imaginary ribs and fist as you easily, effortlessly expand the sides of your ribs. Going up to the top of the breath, there's a light pause, and now a long, slow exhalation, relaxing your facial muscles, your jaw, as you exhale slowly with deeper awareness of your breath than ever before. Practice this at other times as you walk, as you stand in line, waiting in stoplights. Good. All right. Fine. I hope that you found that interesting. Draw the knees into your chest. It's a wonderful tool, and as you practice it, it will become a part of you. Arms out to your side in a T position, and let's rock a little bit more from right to left, left to right. This is massaging the back. Just another thought, too, about the breathing is we're so conditioned to think of up and down breathing, we forget that we breathe sideways. Bring both knees down underneath your right arm. Look over left and breathe in. Breathe in, stretching all those little intercostal muscles between the ribs. Exhale, draw knees to chest, and then taking a breath in and go the opposite side. Good. Look over your right shoulder and breathe in again. Opening ribs, stretching muscles, exhaling, knees to chest. Will you cross one ankle over the other? And we're going to come up into a seated position. So hold on to your feet and roll yourself up. Try that one more time. Let's roll back and then roll up. Get caught a little? The trick of it is to sort of snap your knees, and that's how that you can roll up and sort of massage the back. I'd like to work with plow now. It's a very restful pose. It's an intricate one, and one that needs to be worked with correctly, very correctly. Why? Because, of course, the upper neck. We've talked about this in other classes. There are other building blocks, too, that need to be talked about in this plow position. Let's do them while we are seated. One is, I'm going to say to you, rotate your hips. And by that I mean just put your legs out. If I'm going in the opposite direction, it's sometimes easier to feel this. Opposite direction would be just rounding the back as if the pubic bone was going towards the chin. It's that pelvic tuck. This is the opposite direction of hip rotation. Cross ankles for a moment, and now go in the opposite direction. It would be a little arch in my spine, trying to get as much of the perineum, the crotch, to the floor. And then again, tucking the pelvis under. This is the opposite of hip rotation, is a pelvic tuck. And then go in the opposite, hip rotation. And here it's a movement in the hips. This will help them to lengthen my spine when I am upside down. Just practice that perhaps for today. And if you're new to the class, just watch this whole sequence and perhaps do this sequence maybe in 2 or 3 classes. So here we have a hip rotation. Shoulder rotation. Well, we know, because you've seen what happens when we bring the shoulders back and down. And if you want to clasp your hands together and just pulling the hands down towards your floor, squeezing the shoulder blades lightly together so that the shoulders rotate. This protects your upper back, protects that delicate cervical vertebra right here in the upper neck as I bring my shoulders back and down, and then release. So we have 2 building blocks that I'm going to be asking you to do, plus abdominal area. Let's first put the feet on your couch or chair. Put your your feet in the chair so the knees are bent. And we want to strengthen the abdomen. So pull the abdominal muscle up,
Pull it right up into your rib line as I'm doing here. On your exhalation, lift your head and just support your head with your hands around your ears, elbows towards your knees, elbows towards the knees. Be sure that that abdominal muscle is flat and not domed. Will you drop one elbow to the floor and stretch your left elbow towards that right knee? And this will contract the lateral muscles of your abdomen. And then back to the floor. On your in-breath, pull the muscle up. Good, this stabilizes it. On the exhalation, you lift, and it's all flat through the abdomen. And then secure your ears, elbows towards your knees. Right elbow towards left knee. And you're contracting firmly the left side of your rib cage. And then back. I would do that 3, 6 times each side before you do your plow pose. Now I'm going to roll over. We'll just roll over onto my side, come up to a seated position, and then you watch me. Watch first and then do later. Because this positioning of where I have my chair and where in relationship to shoulders and the little small movements are important to watch first. The abdomen is prepared. I'm going to breathe in, and on the exhalation, push down on my hands, exhaling, lifting my knees up over the lip of the chair. And notice that little movement I did of squeezing the shoulder blades quickly in together. Then I just drop the knee to the lip of the chair and rest my toes comfortably. I'll then try to bring my elbows in as close as they can. If at this point you are struggling, you feel your neck jammed into the floor, stop and lie down and practice this perhaps in a few weeks or a few months. If you're still with me, then I place my hands to the back of the ribs. Watch carefully now as I implement the rotated hip, as the pubic bone now goes between the legs. And I inch my hands up to lengthen, strengthen my back. The chin, there's a nice space between chin and breastbone. And this feels very comfortable as my knees are well supported. I breathe comfortably. There's a little pressure in my face, but nothing that makes me feel fearful. Watch as I come down, palms to the floor. And then roll down in control, keeping my neck still, and then resting. Good, you can turn your head to the right, you can turn your head to the left, and back. Fine, let's just come out now from the chair, and I'm going to sit up and look at you for a second. Fine, we will repeat the plow the next class that we do, and this time perhaps just study it, and then join with me the next time. Let's lie down now and do such a very important exercise of relaxation. Feet well apart, palms turned upwards, shoulders back and down. Tune in now to the inside of the body as we take time for relaxation. To rest is to heal. Rest now in the cradle of your own breathing, as it gently rocks back and forth, back and forth. The natural ingoing and outgoing breath. Direct your inner eyes to the breath moving along the passages between your navel and the throat, and your throat to the navel. As you inhale, the breath rises up from the navel to the throat. On exhalation, it descends from the throat down to the navel. Be completely aware of the gentle rocking, navel to throat, throat to navel. Do not try to force the breath. No struggle, just awareness. Maintain your awareness, and at the same time, start counting back your breaths backwards as follows, starting at 6 and working back to 1.
I breathe in 6. I breathe out 6. I breathe in 5. I breathe out 5. Starting now. Breathe in 6. Breathe out 6. Awareness from throat to navel and back again. Continue counting. Good. Very good. Now take a deep breath and be aware of your whole body. Another deep breath and bring your arms over your head for a nice stretch and yawn. And when you are ready, roll over onto your side and just pause there.
Pausing like a little seed, and as the seed comes up and lifts up, all that power reaching for the sun, just like you and just like me. Thank you. Namaste. Until next class.